fixed an issue where Counter-Strike fails even with the red flashlight, possibly hinting that they're going to be favoring counters more now. So this is going to change up combat a little bit. It's going to change up combat quite a bit, actually, at the high levels.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another NARAKA Bladepoint video. This is OSK, and this video is meant to call out a problem that I think is very important in the current state of the game. As you may have seen from my previous video about the recent patch, I was very excited about potentially this thing called red flashing that the community has coined was fixed. Now, for those of you that don't know, red flashing is whenever you go for a parry, you see the red flash appear on your character, but the focus attack that you're trying to parry ends up hitting you anyway. This is a very common problem with standing parries, meaning that you don't cancel any other movement into a parry, and very often this causes you to miss the counter to 1, 2, 3 combos. It can cause you to miss the counter to a lot of different moves that involve a blue focus attack. Before the current patch that we're on now, this was very apparent with going up against players with higher ping than you, as it seems like whenever you have higher ping, no matter what the other player does, sometimes your attacks will take priority over theirs. I'm not educated enough in the space to tell you whether or not something is client favored or server favored or anything like that, but what I can tell you is that playing on higher ping on NARAKA Bladepoint does give you advantages that playing on a lower ping does not. One of these advantages, of course, is not having to worry about red flashing, or if you're going to perform a focus attack, you don't have to worry about getting parried quite as much, as sometimes the move just doesn't register in time on the other player's server, or, you know, the other player's screen is what I meant to say. So with all that knowledge in mind, I was of the mind, or of the opinion rather, that this patch was going to fix the red flashing problem, or at least improve on it in some way. Well, I can be the first to tell you that I was very wrong. In fact, it seems as if the problem has been exacerbated or made worse, especially with higher ping opponents. In fact, the problem goes even a little bit deeper than that, as I was able to see with my own games and also a friend of mine who I've included the clip of in this video.
What?
Now, what you've seen in the clips that I've shown indicate two problems here. One problem, of course, is the ping-related issue that I mentioned earlier about red flashing not registering on another player's screen and their attack taking priority over your counterattack. I am of the mind that this should not be the case because parries are risky enough to do on their own. If you mistime it too early, you can get punished by the focus attack anyway. If you completely whiff a parry and guess wrong, then you can be comboed into oblivion. It is for this reason that most players opt to dodge attacks rather than parry them, or at least input a dodge before a parry. This obviously is to provide you a bit of a cushion of iframes before inputting the parry command, in which case it seems that the parry seems to be more active quicker whenever you dodge into it, as opposed to just standing there and parrying. I am not quite sure of the particulars or if anyone has any frame data on when these parries are active versus inactive, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere and you can correct me in the comments if you happen to know it off the top of your head. The main point of bringing it up was so that newer players can be aware of it and act accordingly. It's also to correct the record of the patch notes that I read in my previous video. It doesn't seem like this problem is fixed. One other thing I learned about parries that may have been common knowledge before, but now I am aware of, is the problem with aim assist on certain weapons into a parry. This is very evident on two of the clips that I've shown before, but as you can see with certain weapons, mainly the Dagger, the parry animation actually lunges you forward whenever you perform it. Now, for some reason, whenever this happens, if you happen to be close to your opponent, which most of the time you are if you're performing a parry, the game will actually turn you away from your opponent and make you miss the parry, having you take the focus damage. This is a huge problem for obvious reasons and needs to be corrected. It is for this reason that I made this video, so that it can be brought to the attention of the game devs if there was any question about it happening, and also so that you, the players, can be more aware of it whenever you decide you want to perform a standing parry. For the moment, the best way to remedy this would be to tap dodge a lot more, particularly to the side or through your opponent, or alternatively you can try hold dodging and inputting a parry during your hold dodge. Keep in mind that the latter option tends to be a lot riskier than just tap dodging out of the way of damage. As it stands currently, the rock, paper, scissors-esque style of NARAKA combat has obviously been lopsided for quite a while. It's been like this even since release, honestly. Personally, I don't even have a problem with the combat triangle being this lopsided. The only problem that I have is when intended mechanics seem to not work as intended. So for that reason, I hope to call attention to this problem for the NARAKA devs and for the community as a whole. Please use tap dodging for the moment, and if a NARAKA dev happens to watch this, please find a way to remedy this as quickly as possible. That's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed or got something out of the information, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NARAKA Bladepoint content. You can also comment and share this video to your friends so that they're aware of this thing happening in NARAKA's combat system. And I don't normally call this out, but please feel free to join the Discord, as I do have something coming up here pretty quick that I hope you'll take the pleasure of participating in. It's in my announcements section, so please be sure to check it out. I don't want to spoil it too much for people who don't want to join the Discord, but if you made it this far, want to join the Discord and figure out what's in the works, then go ahead and do so. Link is in the description. As always, a big thank you to our channel members. Thank you very much, Gabriel and Maya. You're still the only one up there, still holding down the fort. Hopefully some of you people would like to join him. If you do so choose, please feel free to hit the join button down by the subscription button. Sorry for the lack of uploads last week, but this has been my birthday weekend, so happy birthday to me. I'm making this video on my birthday to release the day after, so thank you for your patience, everyone. I've had a good weekend, and just thank you for your continued support. It's the best birthday present you could ever give me. So with that, I'm going to head out. I've been OSK. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you all out there.